I think everyone just saw the disaster that happened on Thursday Night Football between the Bears and the Seahawks. And I have to say, this Chicago Bears team is the worst run organization I've ever seen in sports. I've ever seen. Not even the Browns have been this bad. I mean, watching this team makes you just want to claw your eyes out sometimes. And that's why today I've only got three things that the Bears need to do to fix it this offseason. There's only three simple things, all right? I'm just going to go ahead and start it out with something that I'm not even going to consider the most obvious thing that needs to be done. This front office is terrible. All right? Ryan Poles, you're garbage. Kevin Warren, who gave him the reins to this team? Listen, I want to see the Chicago Bears succeed. I really do. But when you're giving an attorney, an actual law attorney, the reins to your football team and who they hire as the next head coach, you're doing something wrong. You're already off to the wrong start. You need to get a guy in there that's going to make good football moves, that actually has knowledge of the game. Ryan Poles, they tried it. I understand. This guy literally went out and said he's going to create an offensive line, and he did a terrible job at that. But I don't know. Give it to someone who has experience putting a head coach in place, who has experience actually, I don't know, paying players. What has Ryan Poles really done besides give DJ Moore a contract that's out of this world? That is just terrible. I mean, the guy's a cancer to the locker room. That's not even the point that I'm trying to make. Kevin Warren is not the guy you guys want picking your next head coach. He's really not. I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't understand how you guys have a literal attorney. That's the part I can't wrap my mind around, all right? This guy gets hired to go ahead and, like, make big deals happen. That's all he does. He's there to build stadiums. He was hired to build a stadium, and now you gave him complete control of the football team. Make it make sense to me, all right? That's the first thing. Just get a proven guy who knows ball, who can actually make things happen, all right? The next thing, and this is by far the most obvious thing out of the three, you got to get a good, experienced head coach in place. You can't keep going with these unproven guys because clearly you have no idea how to pick them. I mean, you go from Nagy to Eberflus, and now you want to go to Ben Johnson, and I understand everybody in the media is telling you Ben Johnson, Ben Johnson, Ben Johnson. At the end of the day, he's going to make the same mistakes that Eberflus was making, same mistakes that Nagy was making as they started out. Enough of that. Enough of that. You need an experienced head coach. Vrabel's interested in the job. Harbaugh was last year. You blew him off. And now you got Pete Carroll, a Super Bowl winning head coach. Mind you, he's old. Who cares? Get him in there. All right? They bring a culture that Ben Johnson is not going to bring to this team. I don't care what you need to do to get these guys. Give them a blank check. Get them on the field to coach your next team. It's all about the culture at this point. It's all about the culture. It's all about knowing what needs to be done to win games. You can't let 50 seconds just tick off the clock before you call a timeout. You just can't let that happen. And it's happened with Eberflus. It's happened with Nagy. It happened with Trustman. It happened with this Thomas Brown guy, who, mind you, all of you wanted as the next head coach of this team. And he is terrible. So, Bears fans, before you go saying, I'm wrong about this, just know you backed Nagy, you backed Eberflus, you backed Thomas Brown. All right? I don't want to hear it from a single Bears fan about the next head coach. Get an experienced guy in there and go win some football games. I want to see it happen. I need to see it happen. All right? Last but not least, Ryan Poles, again, didn't do a good job, but he also didn't do the worst job I've ever seen. I mean, he got you Keenan Allen, Romo Dunze, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. And, I mean, the defense is always there. It was there tonight. Literally held the Seahawks to 6 points. Please, Rams, win against the Cardinals so I don't need to see them in the playoffs. But I really just don't see how it's been 10 years with no offensive line, and the first thing you do isn't just go in there and say, hey, I'm going to go to free agency and just get the best guys available. I'm sick of this drafting nonsense where all you do is draft the guys in the third or fourth round and then be completely surprised when they don't pan out. Just go get the best guys available in free agency, put them in front of Caleb Williams. You'll have a good receiving core. You'll have a good line, which in turn is going to make your running back good. You're going to have Caleb Williams. The offense is going to look brand new. You're going to have a coach in there, hopefully, that's going to hire a guy that knows how to play call. Your defense is always solid. You're going to be right there. Get a kicker that can actually kick a field goal. You might make a playoff. Shocking, I know, but it could happen. Those are the three things that, in my opinion, just need to be done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to get a GM and or president that knows what's going on if either of them are going to have anything to say about the head coaching job, or fire them immediately. McCaskey's not going to listen to anyone, but please. Head coach must be experienced. I know everyone wants to go find the next McVay, the next LaFleur. It's not going to happen. And if it does, congrats, but I don't think Ben Johnson's that guy. I really don't. That's the best offense I've seen in forever in the NFL. That Lions team is special with or without Ben Johnson. Third, the offensive line, it's obvious. All three of these are beyond obvious. I just wanted to make a video about it. Sue me. If you made it this far, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm out.